So being a CEO of a new media company in today's world with AI has lots of benefits and also challenges as well. I would say the biggest thing is about 6 weeks ago, for the first time ever, AI actually created more content than humans for the first time. So we saw that flip. So we're a curator of news and knowledge. That's what we do really well. If you go back to our original founding story, it's because curious people love learning. They want to be surprised. We call it knowledge serendipity. They want to learn things they didn't even know that they wanted to that morning. And they want someone to pull together all the information, but have it be fact checked, worthy of their time, and the best resources on the internet. So we actually think, I'm obviously very biased. We try to not to be biased as a company, which we have about a third Dem, a third Republican, a third Independent as our audience. But I'm biased in that I actually think the explosion of content with AI is a good thing for us because it actually means more content and more confusion. And in that world, the brands that can help readers find the trustworthy content that's worthy of their time, I think win, and readers will spend more time with them. So I actually think it's a positive for us, despite all the doom and gloom about 50% job losses and everything like that, which is a whole different story. So for our business specifically, we think that the Cambrian explosion of AI content is going to lead to more slop and then more demand for where's the best content, what's worthy of my time, have humans help me find what I should actually spend my time on.
So to kind of restate that question, 1440 is built on curation and news judgment, not creation, in that sense. Why does that distinction matter? Again, as you just mentioned, there is this sea of AI content out there that's, as you said, is produced more than what humans have been able to produce right now. Why does that distinction matter?
Yeah, so when we looked at the market, I'm actually from the private equity world. I'm not a media person, and I'm still learning it as a space. But when we looked at it, we basically said the problem is not there isn't great content. The problem is no one can find the great content. So for instance, if you want to learn about CRISPR, MIT has incredible content from some of the best scientists in the world where you can learn it in 30 seconds, in 60 minutes, in hours. It is so world class, but no one can find it. So our job, it's a platform, right? Just like Airbnb has vacationers and vacation homes and bring them together. We're basically trying to bring together the curious person on one side and all the internet's best content and knowledge on the other into one place where they can learn efficiently. So we just felt that our job is not, the world doesn't need another, we're not gonna write a better CRISPR 101 than MIT, but the problem is the person that wants to find the CRISPR 101 and wants to learn about it can't be connected to it. So we're trying to be that connective tissue.
So that issue of discovery, content discovery, is so important right now. How do you actively help audiences navigate all that content abundance without just adding to the noise?
With humans. So we have humans that love what they do. They're super passionate about their topic. So maybe that's health and medicine, sports, entertainment and culture, business and finance, science and tech. Imagine eventually we think there'll be dozens and dozens of them, but a really curious human that loves that topic is learning and going down all these rabbit holes, and they're sifting through all the stuff, all the junk. Most of it is junk, frankly, but every once in a while there's something so fascinating that blows their mind, and those nuggets, they're gold, and we want to take those and present them to our audience in a way where they can consume them. So that's what we're building. We call it 1440 topics. It's essentially like if Reddit and Pinterest and Wikipedia had a baby, but our whole thing is smart humans go down the rabbit hole. They find these amazing little anecdotes or the best resources, and they put them to the top where other humans can quickly sift through them and then choose their own learning adventure. Like as an example, one of my favorite ones was we just did our World Cup page. And in 1994, we found out that 71% of Americans didn't know that the World Cup was being played in the US in 1994 while it was being played in the US. So we talk about football and soccer and the growth of soccer in America, right? That number I think this year was 20%. So you've seen that come down precipitously. So just those little factoids and really interesting nuggets, we want to go find those and then let the reader choose their own adventure, and then if they like that, they can go deeper and read even more on that on the topic.
So Tim, as you mentioned, you chose your own adventure as a publisher. You weren't a born one. You came to it. You came to media from the outside. So with that in mind, what's your perspective on how media companies should evolve to stay relevant when consumers have more choice and less attention than ever before?
Yeah, I think they need to lean into trust, and I think they need to build direct relationships with the customer. That's a tale as old as time, not only in the media world, but I think over and over, having seen and studied lots of businesses, that's always you always want to have a direct relationship with the customer. We do with our newsletter product. Um, in media, I think there's a lot of companies that rely on Facebook referrals, which used to be in the past, SEO, right? In all these companies, AI is now basically doing answer engines and cutting traffic further. So I think for me, it's like, how do you build a direct relationship with the customer so you don't have to worry about that? That's how we set up our business really early on, and it's been a huge strategic advantage for us.
Tim, looking at the near future of media as things move faster and faster, where does human judgment and expertise remain irreplaceable?
I just think that in this new world of infinite content, it's humans at the end of the day trust other humans. Not that they don't trust AI. Like, I trust my AI. It hallucinates every once in a while, and you have to make sure that sometimes it's like an animal. You got to make sure that it's like behaving properly. But I trust it to give me answers. But I think that there's two types of knowledge. I have a question, give me an answer, and I think AI is incredible at that. And I think we'll laugh 10 years from now that we used to type in a question on Google and get a bunch of links and have to click through them. We'll laugh at that. But I think the other side of it is knowledge discovery and knowledge serendipity. So I don't know what I don't know. I want to be fascinated with something. I want to learn something new and interesting. And I think that other humans, that taste and that judgment is the best way to do that. It's the same reason, like, if we're in Cannes for the first time, you want to talk to a local who knows the situation, someone who's been here before, knows the scene. It's that same thing at scale, I think, with all knowledge. So we're trying to lean into that human-to-human connection. And then if you look at our platform, not only does a human create all the content, but we also have humans upvote it, like it, save it, share it. So there's a lot of signal that from humans on what content is worthy of your time. We're trying to lean into that over here versus try to out AI, which isn't going to end well for us or most companies, right?